guy, that Tim. Fun guy. Guys, I like to watch I'm a big movie guy. I like movies. I watch a lot of them. I was watching an old cop movie the other day, and it was a good one. They bust the cops in the end. They bust the bad guys in the end. They foil the big drug ring. They're in the warehouse with all the bags of coke, and there's always one cop. There's always one cop to pull out a knife, stab the bag, and give it one of these. It's pure. It's pure. It's pure. You just took a hit. You just did drugs. What is it, Studio 54? What are you doing, officer? Who's driving his squad car home? It's pure? What is going on? You don't have to taste all the evidence, Johnson. You don't have to try everything. We knew it was coke. If we arrested a bunch of prostitutes, would you be in the back like, yeah, she's a prostitute. She's not pure, though. What the hell are you doing, Johnson? What is that? It's pure. It's pure. Who cares if it's pure? If it was shitty coke, would it make a difference? I've had better. Let him go. Let him go. It's pure. You're a mess, Johnson. You're a mess. And did you really have to stab the bag? Come on. Did you have to stab it? It's a bag. Open it. Open the bag. Now we've got coke everywhere, you know? I've never seen anybody go after Cool Ranch with a knife. Open it. Open the bag. But you couldn't wait, could you, Johnson? Your hands were shaking. You're an addict. You had to stab it. You had to have it right then. Thank God you had your lucky coke knife on you. You're a mess, Johnson. This makes you wonder why you became a cop in the first place. My dad was a cop. He was a damn good cop. He was a cop for 20 years on the force, on the mean streets. He was a drug homicide cop, and I'll be damned if some young punk kid's gonna come in and try all the coke. Excuse me. My dad wasn't a cop. But I love movies. Guys, ladies, I was a dumb kid. Was anybody else disappointed when they found out what abstinence meant? I remember being a kid sitting in sex ed class. Teacher was like, "Don't have sex. You'll get a girl pregnant. You'll get a disease. But there is an alternative." Yeah, there's an alternative. There's an alternative. And she's like, "Abstinence. Abstinence. What is abstinence? Sounds kind of hot. What is that? What is abstinence? What is that? What? Not doing it at all? This is the alternative? How is this an alternative? This is the decaf is an alternative. Margarine is an alternative. You know, when I go to a diner and I'm like, "Oh, my toast, I don't really want any butter. Do you have a butter alternative?" They never say yes. Nothing. This is not an alternative. When I listen to an alternative rock station, it's not silence. It's different kinds of rock. But you know, I pressed on. A few years later, I discovered masturbation. And I was like, okay, this is an alternative. The only problem is it became the alternative to everything. Friends, real girls, fulfilling goals, you know. Oh, boy. Guys, I got in trouble. Pim, you might like this. I got in trouble for using a racial slur the other day, which I didn't know was a racial slur. I had no idea. But in my defense, it's got to be the gentlest of the slurs. For me, you got to admit that the gentlest of the racial slurs has got to be Chinaman. I mean, come on. Chinaman's got nothing on the N-word. I know it has negative connotation, but I had no idea it was a slur. To me, the names of Chinese restaurants sound a lot more like racial slurs. Let's try some. You know who can't drive? Those fucking Panda Kings, I'll tell you that. They cannot drive at all. They can't drive and they stink. They stink. If I gotta ride on the subway with one more Bamboo Express, I'm out of this town. Oh man, and listen to this. If one more Golden Noodle moves into my apartment building, I'm out of there. I'm out. Moved in right next door to me. They're one big happy family. Which is a dish. It's a dish. Chinese dish. A great one. More expensive than the rest, though, so I never get it. All right, thanks a lot. We got a great show. I'm going to bring Pim back up. Keep it going for that guy. And we're going to
Another hit from Mike Norman.